Hello, I'm Pete and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, The JOAT, a series in which I play with a few restrictions. In case you haven't seen the series before, I will run you through what they are. Rule number 1 is all of my permanent changes to special must be as balanced as possible. Rule number 2 is that all of my permanent changes to skills must be as balanced as possible. And rule number 3 is that when picking perks when leveling up, I'm not allowed to choose the perk, I have to take the top one on the list. This is forcing me to play with a really balanced, unspecialized, and ultimately very, very weak character. In the previous episode, we picked up Veronica. You're rude. Shush, Michelle. Picked up Veronica, so I've now got 2 companions, but I need to find a way of doing more damage to NCR soldiers. I want to be able to one-hit kill them. I need to pick up a melee weapon, which is much stronger than this broad machete. This broad machete has a damage of 13, and that's just not cutting it. The Rat Slayer also has a damage of 13, and that's not cutting it either. We need something stronger. So I suppose I could go talking to merchants, see if they've got anything. If push comes to shove, I do have an idea, but it involves going all the way up to Jacobstown.
You a merc? Because you don't look like a prospector.
Something like that. Are you an NCR soldier? I don't care. Just show me what you have for sale.
Sure, no problem.
Do you have any melee weapons? Chainsaw GRA. That would do it. Damage of 62. Is it silenced, though? It's quite expensive, and if it turns out it's not, then that's a bit of a waste of money. I probably could scrape together 3,000 caps. I've got so much looted stuff back at Novak. And in fact, I've got this 10mm submachine gun on me right here, which is worth a few bob. Okay, here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to head back to Novak because I have an interface to the gunrunners there. Let's see what they've got. Okay, so gunrunners, unsurprisingly, only sell guns. Should have seen that coming, really. Right, so what does this leave me? Well, firstly, I can do some dropping off of stuff because I'm carrying a bit of loot from the previous episode. I think I need to make my way further north. I think I need to get myself to Vegas and then maybe to Jacobstown where I'll be able to pick up a really good melee weapon. So I have fast-travelled back to the 188 trading post here, and let's make our way towards Vegas, over there. It's a fairly safe trek across country here. There aren't many enemies in this bit of the world, so unless something really, really exciting happens, I guess I'll see you at the gates of Freeside. Alright, here we are, Freeside's East Gate. Let's head in here, and Mick and Ralph will be just inside. Okay, so we need to talk to this guy in the back. He's got the good stuff that we're interested in.
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. If you need guns, I'm your man. For general supplies and other services, see my partner Ralph.
Do you have any special items for sale?
Why? Do you work for one of the casinos?
Here's a speech check I can pass? No.
In that case, yes I do. Follow me.
And I believe he subscribes to the mantra that a polite society is an armed society.
Like I always say, a polite society is an armed society.
So, come on, sort me out here. We need katana. Damage 19. That's a decent chunk better than what we've got at the moment. What about the Nuka Breaker? Damage 40. That's what we want. That's definitely going to take out the NCR guys in one shot. 11,000 going to need those. We're going to need to do some gambling first. Okay. Maybe a katana will tide us over, though. A katana might be enough. I do want to buy some... Okay, he's not selling the naughty nightwear. I thought he did. Maybe it's the other one. Maybe it's Ralph who sells that.
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. Otherwise, I've got a nice selection of general supplies.
All right, what do you have in stock?
Take a gander.
There we go. Naughty nightwear 283, luck +1. So, here's what I'm thinking. Going to buy a bit of that. Thank you. Accept.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Goodbye.
Come back anytime.
So now, if I put that item of apparel on, we will find that my special is up to 7. That might be enough to do some gambling.
Good day.
So I'm going to head over to the Atomic Wrangler and... Oh, person on the way. Let's not waste ammo on this person. Just a broad machete should do it. In my pyjamas. Take what he's got. I've been turned around a bit. Which way was I going? I was going east, I think. This way, maybe? Yes. Yes, I'm going to go to the Atomic Wrangler. And hopefully, with a luck of 7, that will be enough for me to win at blackjack. That will get me lots and lots of money. And I'll then be able to buy the Nuka Breaker. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to need a new strategy, aren't I?
It can be bought. It can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
Because I could end up in a bit of a catch-22 situation where... Because you see, there's 3 factors at play. I need to kill... Oh, shush you lot. I need to kill NCR soldiers so that I can get their dog tags, so that I can hand them into the legions, so that I can raise my legion fame, so that I can get some lucky shades, so that I can gamble, so that I can make lots of money, so that I can buy more weapons, so that I can increase my damage output, and you see we've ended up back where we started. So here we are, we're in the Atomic Wrangler. Let's grind some gambling.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange?
Let's exchange all of my caps for chips. I also have some Legion money, so I might as well trade that in for chips as well. Alright, I think that'll do.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll soon have a lot more. Probably want to make sure we've dropped a very nice big save. And let's start blackjacking. So let's increase our bet to the maximum. 112 and see how it goes. Well, I've lost all my chips. Let's reload and try again. So it's coming along all right. I am winning some money at blackjack, so I think this strategy is going to be good, but it's going to be sort of a grindy off-camera thing, I think. In the meantime, is there anything useful I can be doing locally? I suppose I'd quite like to go over to the Old Mormon Fort, partly to pick up a snow globe there, and also to introduce myself to Arcade Gannon. I will also activate this Mojave Express Dropbox here, just so I can fast send stuff over. And we'll discover the Old Mormon Fort. Let's just head into this building here. This is where the snow globe's hidden. Here we go, and it's not stealing. That's my first one, apparently. How exciting. Okay, Arcade Gannon, where are you? Well, this looks like it might be him. Yep.
Morning. Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not even a particularly good one.
Do you need any help?
Me specifically? No. I'm sure Julie Farkas does, though. Lab coat, pointy hair. Answers to the name Julie Farkas, strangely enough. I'm sure she can find something for you to do. It might be kind of depressing and terrible, though. Caveat Samaritanus.
What kind of research do you do?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Isn't that the language that Caesar's legion speaks?
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river.
Do you know much about Caesar?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
Why do you do research instead of providing medical assistance?
Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
Why don't you come with me?
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?
I need a good-looking doctor to help take care of me in the big, bad wasteland.
Overt flirtation will get you everywhere, you know. On a slightly more serious note, if you're interested in helping out with the troubles plaguing Freeside, I can come with you. Just don't do anything obnoxious, like trying to help Caesar's Legion, and we should be fine. Understood?
Yeah, understood. Fair enough.
You have quite the menagerie at your disposal. If you can get the posse down to small gang size, I'll happily go with you.
Yeah, okay, so because I've got Veronica, I can't take Arcade Gannon. But good to know that all that's required is a little bit of flirting, and he'll be all over me. Is Julie Farkas around? Yeah, she is. So yeah, if I didn't have the confirmed bachelor perk, I would have maybe had to get my reputation up with the followers, and then Gannon would have come with me.
Hello.
But that's not necessary, so it's not necessary.
Hey.
Right, so I think here's the plan. I'm going to do gambling, so much gambling. I'm going to make lots of money. I'll be able to buy the nuke breaker, and then I've got my strategy for dealing with the NCR soldiers. So the gambling's going to be an off-camera thing. It's not much fun to watch. So I'm going to go and do that now. I'm slightly worried about where Veronica might have gone because I've only got Eddie here now, but I'm sure everything will turn out just fine.
Mick and Ralph.
So off camera, I went back to the Atomic Wrangler and I have done lots of gambling. I'm now up to 5,000 caps there. That's as much as I'm able to take from the Atomic Wrangler. They have no more to give. And I then went back to Novak to the motel room to check my various loot piles to see how much money I would be able to get by selling all that. And I came up short. I don't have enough to get the 11,000 that I would require to buy the nuke breaker. So at that point, I was initially thinking, okay, well, in that case, I need to go to another casino and gamble to make some more money. But the more I thought about that, the more I realised that strategically that wasn't going to work. And I've come up with a new plan. So I'm just going to quickly set a marker on my map. So if I go to that location and then just go up and left a little bit there, that's where I want my marker to be. That's where we're heading to. Okay, so here's what's changed about the strategy. So normally when I play this game, I am used to treating caps as an effectively infinite supply. You know, I normally get my repair up to 50 so I can make weapon repair kits. And I then at a later level get my repair up to 90 and I get the jury rigging perk, which allows me to repair weapons for free. And I never need to worry about caps. You know, there's strategies to get as many as you need. However, because of the rule set for this Jack of all trades run, I'm going to need to be a little bit smarter about kind of what I spend my caps on, really. I can't afford to waste my caps on things where there is a cheaper or free alternative available. So here's what I'm going to do now. Instead of saving up money and spending those caps on the weapons that I was lusting over earlier, I'm instead going to make a little detour up to Jacobstown, and I'm going to get a really good melee weapon that I can get for free. And I think that, to be honest, it might not even actually take that much longer to walk all the way to Jacobstown than it would do to grind the casinos. Because the thing about the casinos is it's finite. You know, once you've won a certain number of caps from each casino, you can't play there anymore. And I need to save my caps for, well, I need to save them for repairing my weapons, and I need to save them for buying implants. So here's what I'm doing. There's a really good melee weapon up in Jacobstown. We're going to be heading there, but I'm also going to be going via the mercenary camp here, where I can pick up a really strong energy sniper rifle. Sniper rifle. And obviously, I don't have a very high energy weapons skill, so if I try to use it, I'll be swaying about all over the place, but I think I have some steady. I think I have a few steadies. I've got 4 steadies, yeah, and I'll be able to accumulate more as the game goes on. And so, you know, when I really, really need to have a really strong weapon that can punch through a lot of armor, I'll pop a steady, use the YCS 186, and we'll be in business. Okay, so I'm seeing some red marks over there. That's probably where I actually want to be. I think my marker probably wasn't perfectly located, but it's close enough. Okay, so I think that, well, I know that this is going to be a group of 4 mercenaries. 3 of them aren't too tough. 1 of them has really strong armor, but I've got my companions with me, and they'll help. So let's try and get ourselves to a position where we can snipe them. There they are. Okay, so the one in metal armor I think is this one here. They're the toughest. So maybe I should aim for them first. Let's give it a whirl. Wait for the right moment. That hit. Did a decent amount of damage, but I don't think that's the leader actually. And well, they're coming on their own. That's good. Oh no, the rest of them have woken up as well. I wonder if I have anything explosive. I'm feeling like maybe... Yeah, I've got a few grenades. Maybe firing one of them up there. That might take out a few of them in one go. Oh, that landed right amongst them. That was brilliant. Let's do that again. Oh, bits flying past the camera. Lovely. Let's switch back to the Rat Slayer. Though, to be honest, I'm feeling like... Okay, another one down. 2 of them are still alive. Are they trying to get around to the left? No, I think they're just trying to stay out of the firing line. Well, there's one head exposed. You fool. And 1 marker left. There you are. Yeah, you're weak. Oh, missed. Okay, right. Remember that she's on there. Okay, so here's the YCS 186. And this person had combat armor. I think combat armor might be an upgrade from what I've got at the moment. Naughty nightwear, definitely, yeah. So I've been using the lightweight leather armor 8. This is a 17. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to that armor. Did I pick up everything from that person? Okay, I did. So that's 1 mercenary. Second one's over here. I'll take everything. Third one was just over here. Yep, some stuff. And the fourth is on this little dirt pile with a 9mm submachine gun. And I'm over encumbered. That's not surprising. I'm taking everything quite indiscriminately. Let's put some things on you. Not going to give you grenades. I'm always wary about giving grenades to companions. That should do. Okay. Right, so we don't need that waypoint on the map anymore. So next we're going to be heading towards Jacobstown. And there are a few places I want to stop off en route to get some skill books. So the first is the Brooks Tumbleweed Ranch, which is directly west of where we are. And I think that we're now in a fairly safe area up here. I think there's some Vipers in one of those buildings and maybe some Cazadors over there as well. But up here, the route to Jacobstown now is mostly clear. And let's just pop in the front door of Brooks Tumbleweed Ranch. And I believe the skill book I'm looking for is a speech skill book, and it's upstairs. Or maybe it's downstairs. Yeah, here it is, upstairs. Line congressional style. Let's have one of those. And might as well just have a little look around for other loot in here. Okay, nothing terribly exciting. There were a couple of kind of medical boxes which contain some stim packs, etc. But we've got them now. Okay, next stop I want to head up this path here. There's going to be Silver Peak Mine somewhere around here, and there's going to be Ranger Station Foxtrot somewhere around here, both of which I want to check out. And yeah, as I say, it's a fairly uneventful trek up the path, so I'll meet you when we get somewhere interesting. Alright, so yeah, once you get into this area with all of the trees around, Ranger Station Foxtrot is just down, sort of straight off to the left. Just follow this path down here. There's a few red marks on the compass, but I think most of these are just big horners, so they won't attack you if you don't get too close. There are a few mantises around the place, but they're trivial. They go down in one shot to pretty much anything. If you stray too far over there, there will be some Cazadors, but we're going to be nowhere even close to them today, he said, feeling somewhat optimistic. See what I mean? So here we are approaching Ranger Station Foxtrot. I'm only here to pick up I think it's an explosive skill book, which will then be our 3rd explosive skill book. I've been keeping an eye on which skill books I've got duplicates of. And I think, yeah, duck and cover, there it is. Can take that for free. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. You're not interesting. And yes, I think I've got 3 duck and covers and 2 survival skill books, which is the Wasteland Survival Guide. All the other skill books I think I have 1 of. And there might be 1 or 2 that I don't have any of at all. I haven't been paying that much attention. But really what I'm mostly interested in, I think up this way. What I'm mostly interested in is knowing which ones I've got the most of. Because once I do level up to the point where I can pick up I think it's the comprehension perk. I think it's the comprehension perk that means that I'll get an extra skill point from using the books. At that point, I'm then going to start using all of these books. And I want to make sure that at the point at which I am using the books, the skills that I have the lowest points in are the ones that... Hang on, I need to be careful here. I want to make sure I get back onto the path without heading past Cazadors. I think it's this way. Yeah, I want to make sure that the skills that I have the lowest points in at that moment are the ones that I have the most books of. because I think that that's what will allow me to make the best use of the books. Am I going the right way? Is west good? I'll check the map, actually. Oh, yeah, we're nearly at the path. That's fine. Yeah, I was just worried I was getting turned around and might be heading into Cazador territory, but I think we're good. Okay, so this waypoint that's dead ahead, I think that might be Silver Peak Mine, which will have another lockpick skill book for me. Indeed it is. And the skill book here is just in the first room, so I don't have to fight anything. Can't remember exactly where it is. We'll find it eventually, though. And yeah, I need to remind myself. So as I was saying before, normally in this game, I'm all about making weapon repair kits. So I pick up every wrench I can find, every scrap electronics, every scrap metal. There's no point doing that in this playthrough. I'm not going to be able to make weapon repair kits, ever. I'm just not going to get my skill level. Tumblers today there is. I'm not going to get my skill level up to 50. Impossible. There's no way I can get a repair of 50 using these rules. Alright, I think that's everything useful in here. Let's get back onto the road and continue heading west. And we'll soon be at Jacobstown. And that is now my second lockpick skill book. So, lockpick, explosives, and survival. Those are the 3 skills which I want to kind of try and hold back if I can. There'll be a few more mantises on the road here, but my companions will deal with them. There's no point in me wasting ammo on them. Not that it would be a large amount of wasted ammo. Yeah, I see you jumping for me. Oh, one of them landed a hit. Come on, Veronica, sort it out. Okay, I'm just going to sprint for it. Can definitely see my companions doing some fighting back there. Nearly at level 7. That's is that good? I'm not sure. I've lost track of which skill I'm going to be picking up at level 7.
Welcome to Jacobstown, human. You're free to walk around. Just don't stare at the Nightkin. They don't like people looking at them. And if you're NCR, keep it to yourself. They're not popular around here.
I am most definitely not NCR. Why do some of the super mutants here dislike the NCR?
A lot of bad blood between super mutants and humans. Goes back years. Some here still got the scars and memories. Me? I don't really have a problem with the NCR. Set their sights a little too high sometimes, but they try. Legion? That's another story.
Oops. What do you know about the Legion?
Caesar thinks he can change human nature. Most of the Legion is following Caesar, not Caesar's ideals. When he's gone, it'll crumble. Might not happen overnight. Might take a few decades, but it'll happen. Basic human nature. Greed, ambition, jealousy. We'll see to it.
We best not talk with this guy anymore.
All right.
Goodbye.
See you.
Yeah, he doesn't need to know that we're a Legion person. Okay, so one of these bungalows, I think it's this one here, has got a skill book in it. So let's pop in there and do a little bit of lootage. There's a Nuka-Cola victory. Hurrah. I saw it briefly there. Grognak the Barbarian, nicely disguised amongst all the junk on the floor. So does that mean that we now have 2 of those as well? We do. 2 of the melee weapon boosteroos. Lovely. Okay, I will just explore these 3 bungalows in case there's any other stuff, you know, stim packs and the like, things that might be useful. We can only get in a few of them, actually. That one I need a lockpick to get into, so that's not going to happen. This one we can get in for free. And this one has a star cap. And a fair amount of booze. Veronica, I'm going to need some help.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Well, I can just give you booze if you like. Just promise you won't drink any of it. There you go. Don't have a party. Oh, there's loads of booze in the fridge. I'm over encumbered again. Well, we know what we need to do.
Got something good for me?
Oh,
Is
yes.
it a dress?
It's better than that. All right, don't think there's anything else in there. Let's head into the main lodge. Now, the main Jacobstown lodge building, first time I played this game, I did a pretty thorough exploration job of the inside. I went all the way around it and found all of the loot. There's not much good loot in here. That said, there are two things that are of interest to me. One is the snow globe, which is right on the counter. And also, there is a weapon repair kit in one of these rooms, but I can't remember exactly which one. So I'm going to have to make my way around the entire building and check all the rooms. Oh, hello. Quite a lot of containers marked as owned. And this doctor's bag I can't take either. Yeah, I'm not interested in stealing stuff. Unless it's really good stuff. There's the weapon repair kit. Cool, so we've got that. Okay, so it's looking like there are a few magazines, but they're all marked as owned. And I'm being detected at the moment. What if I turn my light off? Does that change anything? No. Okay, so I can't take stuff. That is mildly annoying. Especially given as they clearly weren't in the same room as me. I think they're in the room below, yet somehow they can still detect me. What's that about? Are you following me around? Is that what's going on here?
There's too much light. Why is there always too much light?
Sorry, but I need the light to see by. I've taken a wrong turning, I think.
Go away.
See, there's lots of things here that are tempting. You know, there's lots of fixer, buff out, mentats. Stuff that I kind of want to take. But I know that I can't get away with it.
Those stupid big horners were making noise all night again.
Alright, so we've done a full lap upstairs. There wasn't much that we could take without causing offence. There's a couple of... Oh, there's more corridors back here. Oh, goodness. This place is huge. And we are allowed to take the foods from the fridgens. More wine. It's starting to get a bit silly. I can't carry all this stuff. It's a shame that there weren't more lootable ammo boxes upstairs. And a shame also that all of the skill magazines seem to be marked as owned. Alright, I think that's all of the crap looted in here. So the main reason that we did come up to Jacobstown was to get a melee weapon. To do that, we will need to kick off a quest, but that will wait for the next episode. So in the next episode, we will be talking to Dr. Henry, picking up a quest, and getting a melee weapon, which will allow us to play Soldier Boop, which is a game I've just invented, with great, great efficiency. Hope you'll join me for the next episode. Bye-bye.